think about a lot of different things all the time. Sometimes I get myself stuck into a bit of a, why are you even going there? But I think about, so I got to watch these videos of these other people, and it always, this is my point right here. This is how I see it. When I watch a video of somebody else who decides to put themselves out there for the world to see, because it is for the world to see, because it goes absolutely everywhere and anywhere. Even in the past, you don't think it goes, it still goes there, because that's the whole idea of having black markets. When I listen to them talk, not everyone, but certain ones, they talk and they go out of their way to create good content, as they like to call it. You know, and they edit their videos and they make them and they do a lot to them, and you're putting it out there. When you sort of act like, oh, I didn't really think it would ever take off, and I didn't think this and I didn't think that. Well, of course you did. It's the reason why you put it out there, because you wanted it to take off. You want everybody to see you, just like everybody goes to a movie to watch a movie, or go to the cinema, you know, or whichever world of countries that you live in, and different ways we say it. The point is, you went out of your ways to specifically put something out there in content because you want everybody to see you and see you for who you believe you are, or you put yourself there as an image. So put yourself out there as an image, and they're working well over there today. Get at it, son, get at it. I'm not changing subject, I'm just watching them over there. Absolutely getting at it. 2 Amazon trucks, electric trucks on about that bigger. But you put content out there, so you put content out there and you specifically put it in a way, you produce an image of yourself that you choose for everybody to see you as. If you're going to be humbled, then you create content that's just you. It doesn't have to be produced in a way because you believe that's how everybody else has produced it, so you're going to produce it the same way, which most of you do, and it's just a copycat of everybody else. When you watch various different channels, I'm waiting for my phone call to disappear because I don't want to answer it because I'm trying to make a video. I don't know if it cuts me off when I'm talking, so I'll wait till it disappears. It's just Alabama. Alabama's calling me, but I'll get hold of him later. I'll worry about that later. He just wants to have a yarn and tell me what's going on and who's pissed him off. He's good old lad, I like Alabama. And that's where he originates from. He is in Alabama there. He's awesome. So when you copycat, because that's pretty much, when you watch them, they're all very, very similar in their ways. Very similar. There's originality comes from the fact that you don't copy anybody else. That's what makes you original. That's what makes you your own content. That's what humbles you in respects. You know, it's like, oh, I'm very modest. Well, no, you're not, because the truth of the matter is, you're choosing to go down a path that you've seen other people do, and you want to go down the same way, and you want to be recognised by trillions and trillions of people around the world, and you want to be loved and adored, and you want people to comment about how great you are, because that's what you're looking for. It's awesome. You know, when you put a video out there and third, fourth video in, you go, oh, I just never knew it was going to take off like this. Well, of course you did. That's why you did it. This is where I look at stuff and I go, no, you knew exactly what you were doing. That's the reason why you're doing it. That's why I say be honest to yourself and just say, you know what, I'm uploading videos like everybody else, content's going to be around about the same, but here's me and I'm awesome, so have at it. And that's the bit right there. And of course, you can't comment that. So if you put that as a comment on one of their videos, whether it's the first or the third or the fifth or the sixth one in, you will get attacked by the rest of the simps who are basically fawning over that person, whether it's male or female, has nothing to do with it. I probably shouldn't have done this, but we'll see what happens. But when you put, you know, and then you'll get attacked by the simps in the comments, because that's what they do, and it's like, no, you ain't got no right to come at me, because I'm right in what I'm saying. Now, I'm only right in what I'm saying in what I see and how I see it. It doesn't mean I'm right, it's just I'm right in what I see and how I see it. But you don't upload videos to a platform thinking that it's not going to take off, especially when you have a way of an attraction around you that you know others are going to look at, which is where the simping comes in. And of course, nobody's really going to comment anything too far into it, because they know if they do, it's not going to go anywhere, and they're probably going to look like a complete twat. Now, I see that, and so I think to myself, I enjoy watching content, because that's what it is, and I like the fact that it's something that is a little different, but it's not, because it's what I've been doing. But it's different because it's not my content. But I don't appreciate when you pretend to be something instead of just being who you are, because there's a possibility that you might just be a right old wanker, or you could just be an absolute awesome person. I would prefer to see the true version of you rather than I'm going to be a movie star version of you. I don't want to see that, because that's called acting, and I don't want to see you acting. I want to see you 100% be yourself. That's why I used to like, I still do like the geezer. That's why I like the geezer. He's an Irish lad, Ned Kelly. And I don't watch him as much as I used to, and that's because he stopped going overseas. I still I do go watch his old videos, but I like Ned, and the reason I like Ned Kelly was because he was true to his word of just saying how it was. He would just speak his mind, and he wouldn't cover it with any glossaries whatsoever. Like he wouldn't. He would make content, and his content was the way it was, and he'd edit it and he'd put it out there, and it was his content. It was him true to his bone. He's a Southern Irish lad, and that's the reason I appreciated his content. And he had a pretty good amount of people that would watch and comment. Some would hate him, some would like him, but he was true to it. So I'm getting at it in a way that says, when I watch these new contents now that I watch, and I look at yous, and I look at the road legends, yous all's the same in your content. It's the way you do it. It's all the same. It's like there's no originality about it. Make it original. Make it your own. Well, it is my own. No, it's not. Because you're all doing the same thing. It's like, choose to do something that's completely different from everybody else. That's really good content right there. Now you might say, or they might say, or even the Sims will say, oh, that content's amazing. Well, okay, it's if you say so. I mean, it's not that great, but hey ho, have at it. It's a female. If she flashes her eyeballs at you, you're good to go. Right? I like your content. Now I've got to catch up here a little bit, because I like their content just because I love lorries. I love trucks, I love trucking, I love lorry driving, I love just everything to do in this industry. So it's going to catch me because you're pretty unique in your way there, that you're all driving a truck, and I like it. I also like the content in respects that you can go out of your way and do things a little more that I probably can't do, like spraying your frame and putting lights on a truck, which I'm sure if I put my way to it I could do it, but I also like the fact you can do it. I also like the girl that runs a livestock. I mean, that's awesome. But yet again, the point comes that when you watch enough of it, of different people, that fucking car sped up again, didn't it? I swear it's trying to get on the road. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. I'm going to come back over. It's on the shoulder and I can't figure out what it wants to do, so I moved over because it keeps speeding up and slowing down. So it's, I don't know if it's going to slow down a bit again. I've got a car coming. I might be getting off at this exit up here, I'm not 100% sure. I can fucking see it in the distance, I just don't know what it wants to do. We're running down the shoulder and I can't figure out why we're running down the shoulder. We got no four-ways on, we got no lights on. I got this idiot coming up the inside of me, who's now figured it out and got over. This idiot right here, I don't know what it's doing. It's got something hanging out the window. I think I just saw that. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. It's got a bit of sheeting, like roofing sheeting or something hanging out the window. It's like moulding and the wind's hit it and it's bent it, so that's why he pulled onto the shoulder and slowed down. This muppet here was going to pass me on the inside because it didn't have the intelligence to figure out what was going on. It probably wants to get off at this exit up here. Maybe, maybe not, we'll see. I haven't been very right just lately, I've been wrong every time, so. No, he's back on the interstate. No, he's not, that's somebody else. Hey, he's still on the shoulder. Oh, that's too funny. Like I said, I'm not writing what I'm saying, I'm just writing what I'm saying because of how I see it. I'm 100% wrong when everybody else looks at it. That's why comic books and that became so outdated in respects, and a lot of new people now are making comic, C-O-M-I-C, comic books. Yeah, she didn't get off. I thought she was, because the way she was driving. But that's why the comic book content and that, it walked away, because they went down the wrong path. It wasn't original anymore, it wasn't new, it wasn't unique. That's why new content creators in comic books that I've been sort of following in my ways, because it's interesting to watch them, are leaps and bounds ahead now, and people are appreciating them because they've come out with their own content. It's theirs. It's their own originality, and that's what makes them very, very good at what they do. And of course, a lot of people don't know who these people are because they get shadow banned and they get knocked and they get sort of trolled down and that, so that you can't see them. But they're very, very, very good at what they do. Are you going to figure it out and let me back over? I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I will say thank you for the flash over. So it's just, when you're creating something because you want to be a star, that's pretty much what it is. You want to post content, hope it catches, hope it takes off, hope people see how awesome you are. You shouldn't sit there and pretend that that's not how it is. It's like, oh, I'm very modest. No, I'm not that way. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's why you put it out there, because you want to take off. You didn't put it out there so 2 people can watch it, or 5 people, or just one. I only put my content out here for my mum and dad. That is solely it. It's in my description. Anybody else wants to have a go at it, have at it. Have at it. You're more than welcome. There is nothing in my content that's of any good whatsoever. There is nothing. It's just straight up looking at a road, going down a road, which is the most boringest shit you could probably watch, aside from the fact that there is some people that enjoy it. If you enjoy it, have at it. Some people have commented because it's a trip they took once before, and I really appreciate that, because it's something that somebody says, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Why do I say blah blah blah? Well, no, because I know what they wrote, but it doesn't mean anything to you. You can go read the comments and you can find the videos with the comments on. They're few and far between. So I've always appreciated that somebody has wrote to me a story and explained to me a part of their life and it jogged their memory, and it's great. I absolutely fucking love that. I do not put out content because I'm chasing for views and I'm hungry for followers, because I'm not fucking I'm not. I nearly got caught in that moment a long time ago. I nearly did. And then I realised and smashed myself across the head with a brick hammer. That's right, a brick hammer. Went, oi, wake up, you idiot. Stop it. So my content is solely made for my mum and dad. The two people who I cherish the most, including my dogs and my daughter and my wife. It's always in that category. My wife will explain it to you. My mum, my dad, my dogs, my daughter, my wife. It's exactly how it goes. My wife will tell you that. It's always in them categories. But I do it solely for that reason. I think I'm just explaining at the moment because I wasn't watching other content, then it comes up on my feed, and as always, here we go. So I have another one of my wonderful rants, which means absolutely nothing, it goes nowhere, but it's awesome. So to anybody out there, because I'm not going to listen to this because we're already into a rant, but anybody out there that creates new content, just make it original, make it your own. Don't copy everybody else. That's the beauty of making it, and that's how you take off. It takes a long time to build up, but it doesn't take a long time to build up if you put yourself out there straight off the bat and you push yourself to look something that you're not, because you know that's how it's going to create and guide. Simps are simps, mate. They're always going to follow you. They have an abundance of them. They'll go for it. They don't really give two craps about your content. They just see who you are, and that's what they're grabbing onto. Oh, that's great. A lot of people do, but you still got a majority that are like, I really couldn't give a shit about your content. I'm just here to see you because you're a good-looking bird. So I'm just going to look at you because you're a good-looking bird. Now, me, I just like it because, well, at the end of the day, mate, driving trucks. Trucks are awesome. There you go. I have no idea where to go anymore with this conversation because I think I've pretty much just run out of fuel on it. We are nearly where we need to be. We're 38 minutes away. Toot toot. Get on, boys. Get on. My time has increased though. We went from blah 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 to blah blah blah, and I don't know why. I was at 13.16, it dropped down to 13.13, and now we're at 13.21, and I'm like, well, how does that work out? I haven't exactly backed out of it. But thanks anyway, I appreciate that. Cracker is awesome. He's just he created his own show. It's his own original. It's his. It's awesome. It's a geezer for a couple of hours or so, ranting and raving like a complete lunatic, but he's an awesome lunatic. Salty Cracker deserves a lot of recognition for how awesome he is. He has been screwed over by a certain other two platforms. Tubes of useless, a gaggle of giggles, and it is what it is. But the geezer just, he's spot on. I enjoy his content because he's spot on. Her indoors thinks he's a complete nutter, and he shouts and rants a lot. And I said, yeah, that's why I like him, because he shouts and rants a lot. He's just like myself in many respects. I see myself in him, so do so many other people, because that's how frustrated we are with what's going on. So the cracker of salts is awesome. He really is. I'm sure that Eustace will pick up on my words and go, oh, you can't say that. Well, you know what, I can say crackers and salts as much as I like, mate. So the salty and the cracker is just, he's good. He's very, very good. And he made his own show and he made it original. And I'm proud of the lad for that. Congratulations, you win no prizes. Highway 4, if you run that south, leads you down to, what's that, northeast? I don't know, south, northeast, whatever. Anyway, if you run it down in that direction, as into my left, that'll put you back on the Interstate 64 and it will bring you out the other side of the chicken house. son. Get into it, son. Go on, you can do it. Go on, son, get into it. Go on, son, get into it. Beautiful. That's what I like. Come down that ramp and you've got full concentration to look out your window and go, oh, there's a semi there, I'll back out of it a little bit because I don't want to cut him off. Awesome sauce. Love it. Great move. Because I'm supposed to back out of it because I'm supposed to drive for you, remember? Absolutely amazing. Good job. Well done. You win first prize, which is fuck all. Too much information, Mark. It is too much information. You're absolutely right. I'm still going to need a tinkle. I'm amazed I'm still awake. When I got unloaded, I didn't think I was going to do anything. I thought I was just going to pop me in the corner and just go for a nap. Well, I'm glad we're still moving because I need to make some money. Because money means everything. It does in this world. It's been a good week of meeting people. I've had a good week of meeting people. It's been fun. I need to figure out how to do shorts or community. I'll see if I can. I've got a sign I want to try and put up on the community so other people can see the sign. I need to do that. I'm going to see if I can figure out on YouTube, in the community part, which I have no clue how it works, but I'll figure it out, post a picture of the sign that Hazelhurst, Georgia had in their window because it was fucking awesome. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. And then I'll figure out if I can post a picture of my truck or two. I'll see what I can do in the community section. Because I really don't understand how that works, but I'll get round to doing it. I think I'm supposed to go on a really big computer and do all that stuff, but hey ho, who knows? Considering I don't go home to a big computer anyway, we'll figure it out. I said I'll do something. You know it, drive a Tesla. Toot toot. It's 43 degrees Fahrenheit. We went from one cold area into a warmer area, and now I am very happy about. Cannot complain. Global whatever you want to call it, because that's what it is, supposedly, so they say. I don't know, couldn't tell you. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm definitely not a scientist. But I sure as hell can read the weather. In certain parts of this country anyway, it's always, some parts are warmer than other parts, and some parts are colder than other parts. It's always been that way. I was listening to my weather radio this morning and they were telling me that it was colder than such and such back in such 1800s or the early 19s, and I'm like, oh, climate crisis! Climate crisis! And if you're out the engine now and get some climate, what are we doing, boys? What are we doing? Can I get around you? Shall I try? Shall I have a go? Shall I see if I can do this? Because you don't know what you're doing, so I'll see if I know what I'm doing. Shall I try? I'm trying, mate. I might not be able to do it, but I'm definitely trying. Look at me just go for it, look. picture isn't very clear. I don't really want to do anything because it'll make it worse than it already is, so I'll leave it alone. It's because the sun is basically right down on the old, let's have a look at the glass, it's completely and utterly pitted. Alright, let's do that. Awesome. Appreciate it. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks anyway. Yeah, absolutely. I'm dreaming of Madison steel coils. I got to get you loaded today. Please, will you load me? Hurry up and show me the free coils I need on my trailer today. Awful singing voice, Mark, I know. You think you could try better next time? No, absolutely not. What would be the fun in that? Look at me driving all over the shoulder. Oh. Oh, here comes the water into my truck again. Oh, we got leaky leakies going on. Time for me to get my little bit of tissue out, stick it up where it needs to be. Right up in the, that wasn't clever. Right up in the gap. Let me get it folded up. Get it figured out before it decides to throw water everywhere. There we go. I love you, Freightliner. I really do. I think Freightliners are awesome, but for the love of everything, can you try and figure out how to get stuff to seal properly? Can you just try? It's not that hard. I know it's not that hard. Let's slow down a little bit here. I don't know what this old boy's doing in front of me. Slow down a little more because I want to get around him, but I don't want to get around him because I know that if the minute I go to pass him, he'll just do what everybody else has done and just get into it. So we'll run here at 60. We're at 65 anyway. We're nearly there. For the love of I have no clue why my time keeps going up. I'm so confused why I went from 1360 to 1313 to now 1322. I have no clue. How did I end up? How did it? I got no clue. We'll find out when we get in. See if I can do it quicker than the thing's telling me. truck speeding. I think he's a grain truck. I don't think he's a rock truck. I think he's a grain truck. It's a little Lord straight, rigid. Oh, you're going to get off at the exit, mate. Did you just realise that you made a complete foot? Oh, what are you doing? You're getting off up. I don't know what you're doing. You're doing something. Now you're going to go back around him because you haven't got a clue what you're doing. Makes sense. Excuse me, a little rude. I have talked a lot of bollocks today. I'm always proud of myself for the amount of bollocks I can talk. So you want to be a boxer? Be a champ? Gotta go to boy inside you. Not a book step trap. Bugsy Malone. Not the Bugsy Malone adult version, the Bugsy Malone children version. Are you really going to do that to me, mate? You're really going to do that? You did all that just to do that, did you? That's absolutely awesome, my friend. I really appreciate you doing that. There you go. Last minute turn signal always works the best. The barrier. Absolutely fucking awesome. Have at it, son. Have at it. Slowly but surely getting all the old skin peeled off of my finger that is completely annihilated. It's working.